you guys want an opening statement?
You can go ahead and make an opening statement, then we'll
Okay.
take questions.
I'm really excited about our group. You know, we're young. We're kind of between old and young. We got some older guys, and we got two kind of blank classes, and then we got some younger guys. We tried to piece this thing back together. We got Aaron Fuller sitting out as a transfer who can't play. Geo Fain comes eligible December 18th. And then we're bringing in Dwayne Dedman at mid-year who can't play. So we're trying to get we really lost 10 starters in about a year and a half. We lost 3 guys to the pros. We lost a whole recruiting class that's starting other places. And then we lost our 3 starters from last year, and I dismissed Leonard Washington. So we're trying to piece this thing back together. The group we've had on the court has been fabulous in terms of effort. I think they're going to have great chemistry as a group. We're going to have some ups and downs early, but we are going to play hard, and we are going to defend, and we are going to rebound. And guys like Nick have made a lot of improvement. We're excited about the guys we have, and we're looking forward to every day in practice. It's been an enjoyable experience so far because we're undefeated, of course, but I'm going to enjoy these guys no matter what happens because they've been great. Go ahead. I'm Nick's translator, too. He doesn't speak English, so.
Question here in the middle.
Nick, this is on. Nick, could you talk about playing overseas this summer and how that advanced your game and what you learned?
Yeah, this summer I was back home. I played with the national team. I played with the guys that play pro overseas. And there was one guy that plays in the NBA now, Pekovic. He plays for the Timberwolves. So I had a chance to go against him every day in practice, and I did. It was a good experience for me. There's a guy that's like more experienced. They play at. They've been playing like pros for like many years now. So it was a good experience for me. There was like a great coach there. He's one of the best in Europe right now, and it was a good experience for me to get better. I worked a lot on my. Jump shot, I think I got a lot better at that. So that was my main focus this summer, and also to get in better shape because last year at some points in the game I was tired and I couldn't play, so I had to ask for a sub. And I think that this year we don't have a lot of bodies again on at the position of at the front court, so I think that I got in a lot better shape, and with the help of the new strength coach, I'll be able to play for like more minutes.
Can you talk about what you've seen, how Nick looks different now versus last season? How does Nick look different now versus what you saw at the end of last season? I know you've only seen him in practice, yeah.
And I always joke Nick about this. He and I have a pretty good relationship. He got most improved player, which I always tell him meant he was bad and then got better. But I've seen a big-time jump in him conditioning-wise and strength-wise. And his game is just better. He's just overall better. He's still a young guy, but he's going to be a guy that you can throw the ball to in the post and be able to get a shot. He's going to make jump shots. He's got to become a better free throw shooter. And he is going to have to play big-time minutes. The 2 big guys we have, Alex and Nick, are only proven frontline guys. So those guys have a huge responsibility. We're going to go as they go. But I think Nick's, primed to have a great junior year. I really do.
For both Kevin and Nick, what was the emotion like when you learned the NCAA wouldn't be going further with sanctions?
We learned what? There were no further sanctions? Or when there were the sanctions happened?
When you learned there were no further sanctions and nothing would carry on to this season?
It was great news. KO called me, and because I was back home, he called me and he told me that we didn't have any sections, and I was really happy about it because now we have a chance to play for something. Because last year they suspended us, we played for really nothing, so it wasn't that fun to play. But I think we still did a good job. And this year, I think we have a good team, and I think we can make it to the NCAA tournament, and it will be a fun season to play when you know that you can go and compete against the best.
There's 2 things that I remember from last year more vividly than anything. I remember having to tell these guys on a Sunday morning that we weren't going to be able to play in the postseason, which for me was traumatic just to have to tell them, let alone have them hear it. And the empty feeling of leaving Arizona, flying back home, knowing you're not in the conference tournament and your season was done, was really difficult, I'm sure, for our players to deal with, because it was difficult for me to deal with. Nice to know we don't have those feelings this year. We have an opportunity. I applaud the job the guys did last year. They were awesome. And hopefully that sets a tone for what we're going to do this year.
Down here on the left.
Kevin, I know there's been a lot of excitement about Fontaine becoming eligible. What do you think he will bring you? Do you think expectations are maybe even a little too high when he starts?
Well, Geo is a guy that, he came to our place at 201 pounds. He's worked extremely hard. He's about 174 now. He has great leadership abilities. He's an excellent, excellent player. He's had some experience, which is going to be great when he comes back. He's going to be a major, major part of our team. But I kind of agree with you. I think the expectations are very high on him. I actually talked to him about that the other day, and he's the kind of guy that really kind of thrives on that, so he's looking forward to it. And his first game is going to be at Kansas on national TV, so I'm sure that that'll be a little bit of an adjustment for him. At the same time, I have great confidence in that guy as a player, a leader, and a person, so we couldn't be happier than the day we get him back.
In the middle, right up in front.
How does Alex Stevenson look compared to last season in terms of post moves and shooting?
Well, our whole team is in outstanding shape. We hired a strength coach in the offseason for basketball by the name of Sean Brown. And he worked in the NBA with me and has been many places and has done an absolutely great job with our guys. Alex dedicated himself all summer to doing individual work on his own, strength and conditioning. He did yoga. He's in the best shape of his life. Al never really got in shape last year. He missed the whole preseason. He missed a couple games, and he never really got in shape. I think Al's primed to have a big-time year. His work ethic has become, beyond reproach, and he's really dialed into basketball. And I think that's going to really make him a great, great senior leader for us.
And in terms of the rotation, when Alex or Nick have to come out, would you go with a smaller rotation, or what would the rotation be like?
I really haven't figured that out yet. Curtis Washington is the only guy of size on our roster, beyond that. And then we got Garrett Jackson, who's 6'8". Marcus Simmons can play the 4 spot. We'll probably have to play smaller a lot of the time if we have foul trouble. But we have a no-foul rule this year. Nick and Alex can't foul. And the officials have agreed they're not going to call more than 3 or 4 fouls on either one of those guys. We just have to – it's part of what comes with rebuilding after an investigation. You just deal with it. We never talk about it. I just know these guys are going to be able to do their job, and if they can't, we'll find somebody else if they're in foul trouble to take care of it.
Any additional questions? Hearing none? Okay. All right, gentlemen, thank you
Thanks,
very much.
guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and